Okay, so this is our storefront and it's still the same from the last video. Now let's log in. Type in /wp-admin and hit enter. Just log in to your site. Okay, now we are on the dashboard. Now click add plugin and search for essential add-ins. This one here by WP Developer. Click install now. Okay, plugin 101. This plugin is like an extension of Elementor, and there are a lot of extension plugins like this Royal, Elements Kit, Ultimate. All of this plugin extend what Elementor can do. For example, this countdown timer here on the homepage, it's using an element provided by the essential add-ons here. Why? Elementor plugin actually have that countdown element, but it's in the paid version. So we use the alternative plugin which provide the element that we need for free, like this essential add-ins. This kind of plugins also have their own elements that's unique to each one of them. Like maybe one plugin have an element that no other plugin have, right? It's just how this plugin makers doing business. Like the rest of us, they try to provide a differentiation. And remember when I said WordPress is an open source platform in video part 0? This is an example for it. It's open so that other companies or individuals can add something to the platform, whether it's a plugin or a template, free or paid. So when you search a plugin, literally the majority of what you will see is made by someone else, not WordPress. And their dashboard, the UI, would be different. Let me show you. The WP funnels looks like this, but WooCommerce looks like this. And Elementor looks like this, right? Unlike when we use StemStore or any other platforms, their dashboard is just the same. Alright, I hope it answers your question why everything is different inside WordPress. Okay, I'll close this tab. Anyway, now we will choose essential add-ons plugins because the developer have other plugins that we will use for the next cool feature, but it's for another video, so subscribe. Now click activate. Okay, this is just a setup wizard, just like the previous plugins we used. This is not important, but I think let's just go through this to get more the feel of the whole WordPress universe. Okay, let's click proceed. Here just choose basic. It's just asking about the elements, which we will discuss in a second. Click next. This is also asking about elements. Just leave it as is and click next. This one is a promotion, click next. This one is their template. So the developer or company of this plugin is also have another service which is called Templately, but we won't use it, so click skip. This one is their other plugins, and as I mentioned before, we will use some of these plugins for the next time. Now click finish. Okay, now we are redirected to this page, the dashboard of essential add-ons plugins. It's different, right, compared to other plugins. And in here we have general, elements, extension, tools, integration, and premium, while the rest here is just a promotion. By the way, if this menu sounds technical, don't worry because it's not, and even myself only use this elements menu. So click it. Now we are seeing a list of elements that they have. Some is free and other is paid. This crown icon, it means it's premium. On the free version, they have creative button, team members, testimonial, flipbox, and all of this stuff till the end of the list. And this icon, you can click it to see the example on their site. Let's click it. Here you can see how the element can be customized. there's a tutorial as well that you can watch for this specific elements. Okay, now let's go back. I'll close this tab. Alright, you can explore all of this by yourself, okay? And now let's enable all of these free elements, and we will see it on the canvas editor. Let's toggle this on. Click Save. Now hover your mouse to WP Funnels. Click Funnels. Click the funnel. Click the pencil icon here to edit in Elementor. But just in case you forget, in the WP funnel settings, you need to select Elementor, okay? Otherwise, if you click the pencil icon, it will open a different editor and you cannot follow along this video series. So make sure you already watch it in the video part 1. Okay, I'll click this pencil icon. Okay, so now we are on the Elementor editor, and let me answer your question first. Why it's still an Elementor editor? Why not Essential Add-ins? It's because the page builder is from Elementor plugin, even though they comes with elements, but it's limited. So we take Essential Add-ins to fill in the gap. So Essential Add-ins is actually still need Elementor as in the page builder. Make sense? Now we scroll down to this section, Essential Add-on section. These all are the elements provided by Essential Add-ins. They have the free and the paid, but we're going to use the free version only. Alright, now let's do the landing page. I will open the design reference first. Alright, on the left is our basic store and on the right is the reference. First, let's take a look at what's all of this thing. It has one container, one big container, and inside it there are a lot of elements. We have a heading, image, testimonial, heading, icon list, heading again, icon list again, and then a container. Yes, you can add a container inside a container. So in this case, this sub-container contains these two elements, which is an image element and image box. But you can add any elements, okay? But why do I need a sub-container? I'll explain in a second. Next, this two is actually the same sub-container. Next, we have heading and icon list again. And then this one is an image carousel. You can add as many images as you need within this one carousel. And the next three here is an image box. But in here we use the image and the title. While the one up here, we use the title and description. Okay, next we have an accordion element for the FAQ. And then a sub-container again. And the last one is the next step button, and as I mentioned in video part 1, it's from WP Funnel, not Elementor. Now I will add all of these elements to our basic landing page. We can search the element by just scrolling, or simply search here the element's name. Okay, let's do it. Okay, now we already have all the elements needed. Let's customize it one by one. First, the container. How do we make this whole thing like have a space on the left and the right? It's the width of the container here. We could adjust how wide the container is with this setting. So this one actually have a 50 VW or viewports width, not pixel or percent. Basically, if you want your design to be adjusted based on the size of the browser, not just your browser but others who will visit it, then use VW like me. 50 VW means it's half of the browser horizontally. And for the height, we have VH here, viewport height, the vertical version. So if we add a new container and set to 50 VH, it's half of the browser vertically. And if we set the width to 50 VW, it's half but horizontally, okay? And it looks like there's a gap, right, between these elements, because it does. And we can control it here. By default, this blank columns has a default value. That's why when you add a new container, it will have a space. And to delete the space, just click this link or chain icon and it's now 0. We will set the space between elements not from here, but from each element. Next, the first heading text. By the way, if you select an element on the canvas, the left bar elements list will turn into this panel. This tab is where you can do the content of an element, and this tab is where you can do the style of an element, while this one is where you can do the advanced setting of an element. But most of the time, or at least for our storefront, we will only need this margin and padding, so don't worry about the rest advanced thing. And all of the elements are actually have the same tabs: content, style, and advanced. Same, right? But what's inside the tabs is different, unless for the advanced tab. Let me show you again. In this heading element, the content tabs looks like this, but in this image element, it looks like this. And so all the elements, they are different. And in this heading, the style tabs looks like this. But in image elements, it looks like this. And so the other elements, they're different. But the advanced tabs, they are the same. In heading, in image, in testimonial, image box, in container. So why? Because for a heading element, the content tabs needs to have a field for us to edit the text, right? The content. While on the image element, the content is about changing the image, the content of the image. And the style tab, the heading element, talks about font color. And image element talks about image size. And so all the elements. But for the advanced tabs, it's all about padding and margin of the element, and some other advanced stuff as well that is applicable to all kind of elements. Alright, I hope now this panel makes sense, okay? Alright, now I'm just gonna look at the reference and imitate. And so the font is, the font size, and I'll choose the bold one. Now the color. When you are looking for a color, just find this box. It's a color. And now I will copy the hex and paste it. Now here's a trick. Click this plus icon. This will save the color to the global setting and we can reuse it easily. And click this globe icon. Now you can select your own color. The rest is just the default from Elementor. Okay, now the position, it's center aligned, right? So let's find something called alignment. Here, make it center. Now in the reference, it has like a space, right? We will control it using the margin in the advanced tabs. And it's for VW, so let's make it for 2. This link icon is actually a lock for these 4 sites. Just make it unlink and it will turn into 0 and we can adjust it individually. And let's set the top side to 4. But why using VW2 just like container? If you ask in the comment, I will answer it there. Alright, next the subtitle. I'll move it up first. Okay, if you notice on the right, the element is a heading, but on the left is a text editor, right? I want to show you that for a text, we can choose both of these elements, but the difference is a heading is more like for a title, subtitle, names, like for a short text. While text editor, we could write longer text and the panel is different. In here, you can add a bullet point, even adding an image in text element. So the text editor elements is more useful for things like a description, okay? Now let's customize it without copying the reference. The font, the size, the way, the color, the alignment. Okay, now the space. Let's give it 1 VW margin on the top and decrease the bottom margin. Alright, next the image. New click. For the image, we could change the image here on the content tabs and then hover this placeholder image and click this choose image. You should already have an image here because in the part 1 we already upload an image, right? But from here we could also upload new image as well, so no need to go back to the WordPress dashboard first. Click upload and select the image from your computer. Just wait. Alright, for the image resolution, it's actually a resolution, okay? Not a size as in dimension. So choose a big one. And in the style tab, we have a slider here for the dimension, the width. And the reference has 100%, so let's make it 100. If you want to control the height of the image, you can adjust the number here. And if you leave it by default, then it will be just as the original image. So if you put a number, you can control the height like this. For this one, I will set to 30 VW. But now it's weird, right? Because since I'm not using the original height, now I need to control the fit as well. I'll choose cover. You can play around by yourself, okay? And then the rounded corner. It's 12 pixel. Cool. Okay, next, the testimonial. Now this testimonial elements is actually from Essential Add-ins. Elementor has an element for it and it's free, but just want to show you that the extension plugins works just the same. So now let's imitate. Okay, cool. Alright, now this text. We will customize one group and then copy the style to this two because it's the same, right? Okay, now how to change this icon. It's the same like changing image. Hover the cursor here and click the button. And we could select what's on this Elementor library here, or we can upload it ourselves as well. But we're going to use what's on the library, okay? Let's find a different check mark. This one. Okay, now delete these two items. And then click this duplicate icon. So we don't have to change the icon manually again and simply changing the text. Of course, unless you need to use different icons. Okay, now we have one group customized. Now let's copy the style. Right click the element, click copy, right click the other element, click paste style. Alright, now the space, the gap. And just like the rest, it's on the margin here. Advanced tab. Okay, for the two here, let's just copy and paste again. Alright, now these three sub-containers. Let me explain why I need a sub-container. Simple, it's because I want these two elements layout to be a horizontal. But our big main container is a vertical, right? All the elements in the main container are stacked on top of each other. So to have a horizontal layout for just a specific element, we need to have a sub-container first. Now I'll add two elements. By default, it's stacked vertically, right? So let's set it to horizontal. Select the container, this direction, choose the first one. Hope it makes sense, okay? Let's customize this one sub-container first. Okay, now duplicate the container twice. Select the container, right click, click duplicate. And for this one, the middle, let's switch the position. Just drag and drop it. Alright. Next, this benefit. I'm just gonna copy the style, okay, because it's the same. Okay, next, the image carousel. This is how it will look like if there's no image selected. So let's choose some images. Click the element, select the plus icon here, and then select the image. Next, the resolution. Choose large. Slide to show. As the name suggests, I'll choose 3. If we choose 4, then the carousel will show for image, okay? And this one is for the desktop size. Later on, we will design the mobile as well. Slide to scroll. It's how many image per scroll. If it's 3, then 3 image will scroll at once. Okay, I will choose 1. We can ignore this stretch. For navigation, I will choose dots only, so it only shows the dots and no arrows. Link. If you want the gallery clickable, we change this link to media file or custom URL. If it's URL, we can add any URL, and if you click it, you will be redirected to that URL. And if it's a media file and the lightbox here is set to yes, then when we click it, it will open the lightbox, the pop-up. But it's for the entire slider, not only one image, okay? Now in the additional option, lazy load is like the image is not loaded, not visible until we scroll to it. So if your customer visit the store, this image will be loaded exactly when they scroll down and reaching this element. And it contributes to the speed of the loading time, even though not significantly. So let's just toggle on. And then autoplay. Pause the slider when we hover or not. Pause on interaction. It's like, is it gonna stop when we click the image if the light box is on? Autoplay speed is how long it waits for the next scroll. It's in milliseconds, so it's actually 5 seconds. And animation speed is how fast the scroll is. If it's 0, then it will look like blinking, not sliding, not scrolling. Infinite loop means there's no first image, no last image, so it just keeps sliding. Okay, now I'll copy the setting on the reference, okay? Alright, now the style. The position, choose where the dots displayed, inside or outside the image. The space between the dots doesn't matter, size doesn't matter, we'll just keep the default, which is no number visible here, means default. The color, we can change it. And the image, if you have image with different dimension, for example some rectangle, some portrait, then the carousel will display it exactly as the original image, like this. So if you want all the image symmetrical, you can do it on your Photoshop, Figma, Canva, whatever, okay? And then the spacing for each image, how far each image sits. and the border. If you want the image to have a border, select which border type you want and set the thickness and the color, and then the border radius, how rounded the corner. Okay, now I will copy the setting again, including the margin from the advanced tabs. Alright, next, this image box. As I mentioned before that this image box actually have an image option, but on this image box we don't use it, and we will use it now. It's the same. Select the element, hover this placeholder image, the button show, click choose image, and choose the image you want or upload a new one. For the resolution, I'll choose large again, and let's leave the rest for now. Now the style. It has 3 groups: box, image, and content. Most of this I already explained, right? Alignment, spacing, width, radius, color, fonts. So basically you can play around with it. Change one thing and see what's changed on the canvas. And if it's changed, then it's how you change things. Hope it makes sense. Now I'll just copy and paste again from the reference. Alright, now we duplicate it twice. Awesome. Next, the accordion, the FAQ. For the accordion elements, we got something like a shell, and we could fill it in with any elements we want because the shell has a container by default. Okay, by default we have 3 items here, and all of them have their own container and it's empty. So in the panel bar, if we select the accordion element, this is the panel, which we could setting and customize the title, the plus and the minus icons here. This border, basically the shell itself. We could add more items, not just 3. The position, the interaction, and if we click the container inside it, this is the panel, just like the normal container, right? Now let's try adding a text. And if we click the element, this is the panel, just like any other heading elements. So it's just a shell, and we need to fill it with any element and then customize it like any other elements or container. Now I'll add the element first. Alright. Now the first item has a text editor element, and the second item has a video element, and the last one has an HTML element. I will explain. The text editor, we could write any text, add image as well, you already know. The video, we could add a video from YouTube by adding the link. here. On the style tabs, we can change the aspect ratio. And the last one is an HTML element where we could add a code to the page. In this case, I want to add my Calendly calendar here. So from my Calendly, I'll just copy this embed code and then paste it in this HTML element. All I need is to copy and paste, right? Okay, now I'm gonna imitate the customization from the reference. And FYI, the Calendly cannot be customized here because it's an embed. So we customize it on the Calendly dashboard and so everything else that you embed here, okay? Alright, next one is the cart. This is actually the same product, but I package it in one different final cart. Nothing fancy here, it's just a sub-container with an image inside it, a rating element, heading, icon list again, text editor, and a background color. Let's talk about the rating. Select the element, and in the panel here, it has a rating scale that we can change to 10, or even any stars you want, like 500 maybe. And then we choose the rating, for example 4.5. And you can choose the icon. Alright, let's imitate the reference. Alright, awesome. Okay, now the CTA button from WP Funnels. I already explained these elements on video part 1, so let's imitate the style now. Alright, now it's already look like the reference on the desktop. But what about the mobile? Let's switch the device. And it's still ugly. Why? Because for size and some settings, it needs us to control it. Like this text, should it be center aligned on mobile? Or how big this font size in mobile? Or how rounded the corner of this card? All this carousel, how many images to show if it's mobile? 3 like desktop, right? So some settings needs us to control it while the rest already inherit from the desktop, like the content itself, the fonts, the icon, etc. So now let's adjust for the mobile. And I'll do it now without imitating the reference. Okay, now we're done. Now let's click publish and see it from the front end. I'll open Safari and go to pumpkinstore.com. Awesome. Now let's click it. Okay, the checkout page and actually the thank you page as well is still basic. We are going to customize it in this video, but because it's pretty simple, then we will work on the home page first, the main page, okay? Click Elementor logo, click exit to WordPress. I will hide the reference. Okay, click the WordPress logo to go back to the dashboard. Hover on this page menu, click all pages. Now, we have several pages here, but actually this cart, checkout, my account, and shop page here was created automatically when we installed the WooCommerce plugin. That means some pages are required by certain plugins, but if we don't have it, then the plugin will create the pages for us, but only creating, not designing. And these pages are actually the default page as in for an e-commerce website, but it's not relevant for us because we sell things through a funnel, right? So just ignore them. And the 2 here is the default page created by the time we install the WordPress while we are still in Hostinger. That means we need to add a new page for our main page. So click this add page. Okay, give it a name, home page, or anything you want, and click edit with Elementor. Okay, we are on the Elementor editor again. Now I'm gonna bring back our reference. Okay, now on the right is the reference and on the left is where we will work. Okay, first thing first, we need to make this blank. But in this structure, there is no container, no elements, right? So what happens here? This thing is called a header. And this one is called a footer. It's a separate part beyond the body here. Most of the time, the header and the footer will have a menu like this, but I will explain in another video because it's an advanced topic and not necessary for our storefront. And this one is just a default title of the page, so it's not literally an element that we can see from the elements list. So let's click this gear icon, and in this page layout, select Elementor canvas. Okay, the canvas is empty, while on the reference we have 2 big main containers, container 1 and 2. By the way, you can rename the container by double clicking it and change the name like this. Now in the main container 1, we have actually like my bio section. It has an image element, heading, social icons, and divider. And in the main container 2, we have 4 sub-containers, and each sub-container has different elements. The first one is the main products cart for my hero product. The second one is actually the secondary product. And so the third container is here. But the second one here only have 1 product, and the third one here have 2. If you need to display 3, then just add the elements to the subcontainers. Okay? And as you can see, these 3 secondary products, it looks different, right? Because I want visitor to focus mainly to the hero product up here. So I designed this 3 products cart like empty, and if the hero product up here is skipped, then I have 1 final cart here in the bottom. This is the same product, but I package it differently visually, and hopefully people stop, read, and click. But in your case, you could be as creative as you can be. Just experiment your ideas here. So now let's go to the hero cart. We have a countdown using essential add-ons, image, rating, heading, icon list, heading, text editor, and a button. Not from WP Funnels, but from the Elementor itself. And then the second subcontainer, it has 1 image box. We have worked with these elements before, right? The third container also has image box, but 2, and it's smaller. And the last subcontainer is just a duplicate of the first one up here, but with different color and no countdown. Alright, now I will add all the elements first. Okay, now we have all the elements in place. But in this subcontainer 2.3, the direction should be horizontal, right? Let's change it. Select the container, and then here the direction, select the first one. Just like in the landing page, right? On the right, also the image box only have an image and one text, right? It's actually the title. So let's delete the description. Select the image box and delete the description, and the other two as well. Okay, now it's time to customize. Alright, now we have our main page customized. Just don't forget to click publish. And if you have a question, please write it down in the comments, okay? Next, we will set this homepage to be the main page. Click the Elementor logo, exit to WordPress, click the WordPress logo, and from here, hover this setting menu and click reading. Okay, this setting actually you will rarely use it, so don't worry about this. We only use this page when we need to set our new page to be the default main page, the home page. So when people visit pumpkinstore.com or yourname.com without anything else after it, they will be landed in the page that we set here right now. So in here, choose a static page and select the page that you just created. If you name it page XYZ, then look for page XYZ on the list. Mine is homepage, and then click Save Changes. Now let's see our main page. I'll open new tab, go to pumpkinstore.com. Alright. Next time you create a new main page, you can set it to be the home page again here. Alright, next we will do the checkout. Hover WP funnels, click funnels, click the funnel. Now on this checkout, click the pencil icon. Okay, we are on Elementor editor again. Hopefully you'll start getting familiar with this thing. By the way, in the canvas we have two elements, right? The heading and the form. But if the form didn't display it like this, you can refresh the page or just delete it. and find the checkout form in the WP funnel section. Here, drag it, drop it. Alright, I will open the reference first. Okay, now we will do this just like the previous one. Alright, there you go. Now the thank you page. Let's exit to WordPress. Go back to the funnel. Click the pencil icon. Okay, for the thank you page, we have one container, one heading, and one order details using the elements from WP funnels. But unfortunately, we don't have an option to customize the style of this WP funnels elements. I don't know why, and it seems to me that even if we pay for this plugin, there will still no option. But I'm fine with this, especially this thank you page rarely being the main focus of customers that we need to make it aligned with our brand at all costs, right? Okay, again, I'm just gonna customize this fast, or you can skip it. Okay, we're done. Now we have our main page, landing page, checkout, and thank you page customized. Let's preview. Let's close all of these tabs but the dashboard. Okay, I'll use Safari. Go to pumpkinstore.com. Alright, we have everything customized here. Now click the button and we are on the landing page. Looks good. Click the button. Now the checkout. Looks good. Now let's place an order, but I'll just choose transfer so we could see the thank you page right away. Now click the button. Thank you page. Alright, it's completed. And before we launch it to the public, let's talk about security part, the bonus part. Actually, the WordPress website is secure, but I have a simple basic recommendation to improve it. Okay, so by default, any WordPress website will have this wp-admin or wp-login URL, right? So if you type pumpkinstore.com/wp-admin from your device anytime, anywhere, you will land here on the login page of my store. And without me knowing, you can try guessing my password, right? Like your physical store, there is actually a lock and you are the only ones who has the key. But the lock is there, it's visible, everyone can touch it, so someone else can still try to unlock it, right? But in WordPress, we could hide that lock, so no one could even try. We will change this default wp-admin or login to something that only you who knows what it is. And we need a plugin. Now head over to the dashboard, click Add Plugin. Find Admin and Site Enhancement. This one by Bowo. Click Install. Activate. Now in this plugin list, we have a new one here, the Admin and Site Enhancement. Click Configure. Okay, we have many options here, but don't worry, let's click this login registration menu. Okay, this one, the change login URL. If you change this, it will replace that wp-admin or wp-login. Now I'm just gonna give it an example. And click Save Changes. Now let's test. I'll use Safari. Now go to pumpkinstore.com/wp-admin. Okay, now it's not found. Or change to login. Okay, not found as well. So now people cannot even try to unlock your store, and it's now more secure than ever. So just change this to some unique words that you want, but other than wp-admin or wp-login or login or admin or sign up or something like that, which is still easy to guess. Alright, so what's next? Now your storefront should look like my store because you simply imitate what I did, right? Now it's time for you to click other things. Make changes here and there, see what's changed when you do XYZ in the Elementor editor. After that, start customizing but from scratch yourself. And then upload your products and let it accept customers. And this means our series is now completed. Subscribe if you want more cool stuff, okay? And I'll show you how you can sell paid videos, build email lists up to 100k emails for free, setting up the SEO, and many more. So have fun with your new custom, affordable, and flexible storefront.